Let's continue to recognize our outstanding IISEs. The Captains of Industry Award honors leaders in business, industry, and government, such as presidents, CEOs, senior vice president, and directors of organizations with substantial sales, asset, employment, or other resources. This year, we have two recipients of this award. The first recipient the first honoree is Gregory Lucier. Greg is founder, executive chair, and CEO of the Corza Medical, a $500 million surgical technologies company with 3,000 plus employees worldwide. Backed by leading private equity firm GTCR, a recognized leader with 30 plus years in life sciences. Greg previously served as chairman and CEO of Life Technologies and NuVasive, the global leader in minimally invasive spinal surgery. Earlier in his career, he held several leadership roles at General Electric, including GE Healthcare. Greg serves on several public and private company boards and holds degrees from Penn State and Harvard Business School. Please join me in congratulating Greg Lucier.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a real honor to be here this morning with all of you. I must admit, when I heard that I was going to be winning this award, my instinct as an industrial engineer was to question the selection process. But in all seriousness, I'm really humbled to receive this incredible recognition and want to thank my colleague Ling Rothrock from Penn State University for nominating me for this such a distinguished recognition and award. You know, if there's one thing I would underscore today to each and every one of you is that the need for industrial and systems engineers in this time has never been greater. Everything around us is now being pushed to its limits. Healthcare, supply chains, manufacturing, infrastructure, and affordability of these systems has become paramount. Access to these systems, coincidentally, also becomes paramount. And that puts a premium on what this organization and its members do absolutely best, which is improving the flow and designing systems that simply work better. It's not just about efficiency that we have to do, it's about the impact. And honestly, that's the difference between a system that just continues to struggle and one that can actually deliver the impact that it has to have in the world in which we live. We all in this organization have an incredible responsibility to lean in and engage even stronger. The second thing I would say about this great organization is it is comprised of doers. You know, I've spent 35 years running large companies around the world, and every time I step into a new assignment, I always think about the business from the eye of an industrial engineer. What's actually going on at the ground level? What are we doing to control processes to deliver the very best thing for the customer? And all of that work starts with great industrial engineers. So one of the hallmarks I always do is do a census on how many industrial and process and system engineers we have in an organization. And the immediate thing I do following that census is figure out how we hire a lot more. Because industrial and system engineers are doers. They don't look for a lot of recognition, but they look for making a really big impact. And in the end, that's the hallmark of a great organization. Last thing I'll just say here, and I'll wrap it up, is, look, I'm standing up here and receiving this award today, and thank you, each and every one of you, very much. But honestly, I'm just a symbol for what this place is all about. And I hope I'm also a symbol for many of you standing up here next year or in the ensuing years for the great work you're also doing. So thank you for your recognition. It's a real honor to be standing here and representing the very important things you do to make this world ever better. Thank you very much.
Our next honoree for the Captains of Industry Award is Dr. Russell Meller. Russ is a distinguished leader in industrial and systems engineering, having been recognized as a member of the National Academy of Engineering and a fellow of the Institute. He is the founder of the Distribution Science LLC and previously served as the chief scientist at Fortna. During his time at Fortna, Russ was known for developing a scalable design methodology and integrating advanced modeling and algorithm development into Fortna's proprietary systems. Prior to joining industry, he held academic positions at University of Arkansas, Virginia Tech, and Auburn University. He is a 3-time graduate of University of Michigan. Please join me in congratulating Russ Meller.
Good morning. I'd like to thank the Institute for bestowing this award on me. I can honestly say, as a first-generation college student and someone who started their career as a professor, that receiving a Captains of Industry Award was beyond my wildest dreams. I'd also like to thank Don Taylor, back there, and the members of my nominating team, John White, Leon McGinnis, and Doug Rabinek. Clearly, those 4 saw more in me than I saw in myself. And while I'm no longer with Fortna, I certainly would like to thank Fortna, and especially Peter Cunahan, the owner, and John White, the son of the previously mentioned John White, who was the CEO of Fortna at the time when they hired me. They saw something I didn't see in myself, someone who could transition from academia into industry and make a real impact. And I always appreciated that they worked with me to make sure that all of my travel, and it was a lot, didn't conflict too much with kids' schedules at home, although sometimes I felt like the school had my work calendar, so they knew when to schedule things to be the worst conflict possible. But my children, especially my wife Sue, have always been so supportive of my career. What I've come to appreciate over my career in academia and industry is the value of abstraction. I'd even claim it's our superpower. Our superpower is being able to look at an incredibly complex operation, abstract it into some mathematical model or something that we can manipulate and apply back what we've learned to the real operation. And yet in doing so, the best industrial and systems engineers never lose sight of the fact that every model, every simulation, every algorithm is just an abstraction. That the real value is helping people trying to make difficult decisions in complicated environments. I've been fortunate to spend my career in academia and industry. I've learned that the work that matters the most is where an abstraction and what we learn from it survives contact with the real world and improves the real operation. Along the way, I've learned so much from operators, from engineers, from leaders, and from fellow faculty members. Our profession is full of smart, generous, curious people, and if you let them, they can help you achieve things beyond your wildest dreams. Thank you.